What's going on, guys? Welcome to the link up with your boy Efrum and Derz. We got the big and mighty World Cup U20 at the moment. Gilberto Mora is absolutely cooking with Mexico. USA is looking strong. Spain coming back from shambles. Argentina also looking good. Who will take the crown? Let's get into it. Who are you trying to start off with, Derz?
Yeah. So interesting. This Club World Cup kind of sucks that it's in the middle of regular season. Kind of doesn't allow countries to really let their best players go out and compete. But in our case, Mexico's case, it kind of benefits us. We don't see, players like Yamal playing for Spain in these types of competitions. But we do get to see a lot of Mexico's talent be exposed and be, kind of get a spotlight on them to see um, from scouts and stuff. There's a lot of talk right now, a lot of transfer rumors about a lot of these players, going to do that leap from the Mexican League or from the MLS and Obed Vargas's situation going to Europe. So this is really good. But I mean, just to go over it, I think we'll just start with what do you think, USA, so we could finish with Mexico.
Yeah, that works.
So USA's got Morocco coming up. Morocco's and I think Morocco's like another case like Mexico. I think countries like Morocco, USA, Mexico, Colombia, even Norway, these teams they have more, I guess, leeway when it comes to letting their best of their best players go out and compete in this competition. Like I mentioned, Spain doesn't have Lamine Yamal and other players like that, but Colombia, Morocco, USA, Mexico, they're definitely going to want to give them their best talent so that they could go and make a big move to one of these bigger leagues. So, I mean, they got Morocco next, USA does. And I think this is going to be a really, really interesting game. I think this is like a litmus test because USA has been doing really well, mostly through their captain Kramashi. He's from Inter Miami. He's on loan right now at Parma. Hasn't really played much in the Serie A, so we'll see how he develops. But he's a good player for them. To be honest, for the rest of the players, this is under 20s and it is USA. I really don't know much about the players so far, but I mean, this is the opportunity for these players to really make their mark, really try to show who they are and showcase who they are to try to make a big money move out to Europe or to just a bigger league. So I don't know. To me, to be honest, it's hard to really make a call because, like I said, these aren't the best players of each country. It's the under 20s, and most of these under 20 players haven't even debuted in their professional, in their teams, in the first division, right? So it's kind of hard to say, but I want to back USA. I want to back USA to get past Morocco. Mexico did beat Morocco, but Morocco was heavily rotated for that game because they already qualified, and that's why it's hard to really bet against them because they beat Brazil, because they beat Spain. This Morocco looks good, to be honest. So it's going to be a hard game, but I want to say USA is going to go through.
Yeah, this was going to be a tough one. I mean, Morocco was looking super strong with arguably the toughest group: Mexico, Spain, and Brazil. So for Morocco to top the table, they got a big price point on their head right now. And USA, I mean, not looking bad either. Also finishing top, destroying New Caledonia, wherever they
Caledonia.
are, but Caledonia. 9-1, ridiculous. They beat France 3-0. End up losing to South Africa somehow 2-1, and then just destroy Italy as well. So USA looking strong. Like you said, their striker or their center mid captain Kremashi is absolutely on fire. Um, you could say some goals were inflated during that 9-1, but nonetheless, I mean, when they win, they're destroying. So I mean, USA is looking good. Morocco looking good. So this is going to be a tough one, but it could go either way. But yeah, this is definitely going to be a good test for the Americans, to see how they hold up against Morocco. So if they do end up going against beat Morocco, then they got Norway and France on the other side, which they already beat France 3-0. Norway, haven't seen a lot from them. I think after the group stage, they scored only 2 goals, conceded one. So not much on their point compared to USA, who've already scored like 15 goals. So this is really going to be the decider on this side of the bracket. I think.
Yeah, to be honest, I think it's going to be USA France repeat of the group stage, just because I don't really see Norway really getting to do much. Norway does have a player named Holland, and I wonder if he has any relationship with the Holland that we all know. But I mean, they're both Norwegian, and I think he does have a younger brother who does play, or a cousin, something like that. But we'll see. We'll see with that. I don't. But again, I don't think Norway is going to do much against France. Looking at France, they don't really have players that are known, or even play on teams that are known. I
They
mean,
have
that's
Zidane.
kind of they have some Zidane. I don't know if it's actually the son
Yeah,
of
he's the
Zidane.
center defender named Zidane. Look at him.
Yeah, but I don't think he's related to Zinedine Zidane. So we'll see.
Zidane
But I
Junior.
mean, yeah, their squads don't look the best, to be honest. You look at the squad and you see just a bunch of teams that, you know, it is what it is. Obviously,
I
they
mean,
don't
to
have
be
their best of
fair, a
their
lot of these
best.
teams are players that we're not going to know and are just uh, teens trying to get the spotlight. It's really tough. You're not going to see Lamine Yamal or Holland or any sort of starters out here. I mean, I'm looking at the Norway France. I can't tell you any of those players what they do or who they play with, but what I can see is their past games, and from the way it's been looking, I think France might look a little stronger. But obviously, football's football, and Norway could be on their game that day. But I still
Yeah,
think France is getting that dub.
yeah. And then going on to the other game, I think Spain Colombia is going to be a really good game. Um, for me, this Spain Colombia game is going to be really good because I mean from what I saw from Spain when they played against Mexico, they're good. You know, they have a lot of good players. They got players that play in Real Madrid, Atletico, and a lot of first division teams. So this Spain team is definitely good, and they've been really working on their youth system the last couple years. Um, with the whole process that they've been going through, this whole regeneration, I guess you could call it, renovation of what Spain has become. It started with the U20. I want to say that their coach right now, he started with the under 20s or under 21 Euro. He competed with them, then he went to the Olympics, and then he got to the first team of coaching. So it's kind of like a process that Spain they've been working on. And so, to be honest, this Spain team is, I feel like, going to be one of the teams that is going to compete. Um, as far as Colombia, Colombia has a lot of representatives from their first division, but based on their run, based on how they qualified, they beat Saudi Arabia, they tied to Norway, they tied to Nigeria, and then they made it out of the group uh, first, actually, but they were tied on points with Norway. Um, and then they beat South Africa. So they didn't have like the best of runs to really be saying like they're going to do much. I have Spain going through on this one. I think Spain just overall a better squad. You just look at their squad. I think a lot of these players have already had a lot of first division minutes in La Liga. So definitely a more solid team, more well balanced team, in my opinion, compared to Colombia. And for me, I'm gonna say Spain is going through in that one.
Okay, yeah, honestly, same thing. Just following the runs. Colombia didn't have much to struggle with. Spain, again in that group of death, ended up getting third. Go on to play Ukraine, who was first place in their group, and they ended up beating them. So just goes to show how how tough that group really was and how good these teams were in there. And for Spain to beat the first place team after finishing third just goes to show, that they're a force to be reckoned with. And Colombia, um, they're gonna have to bring their A game against Spain because Spain's looking pretty good. I still have Spain going through, but that's it's definitely gonna be a close one. That's gonna be a good one to watch. And finally, but not least, which I think is gonna be the game of the tournament, it's gonna be Mexico Argentina. I mean, both teams looking really strong. Argentina is pretty much undefeated, destroyed Nigeria 4-0, topped the group. Mexico looking really strong. Mora being so far best rated player according to FotMob. And Yeah, this is a rivalry that kind of goes back years. Always aggressive games that there's a lot on the line. And typically Argentina does knock out Mexico in the regular World Cup. So I'm pretty sure Mexico's going to come into this one wanting to flip the tables on Argentina. So I'm really excited for this game. It's October 11th on Saturday. My predictions, I mean, uh, it's gonna be tough, but I gotta go with my boys. I gotta go with my squad. They haven't let me down this whole tournament. Tough. Held it out with Spain, Brazil, and just easily flew by Chile. Argentina, although they do look like the top dogs, just dominating every game. I gotta go with my boys in this one. Yeah, they've only conceded twice and they've scored 10 goals, so they're 10-1 the whole tournament versus Mexico this whole tournament, who I mean arguably had harder teams, tied with both Spain and Brazil 2-2, beat Morocco 1-0, and then destroyed Chile 4-1. But the way Mexico's been playing, if they keep playing the way they're doing with Vargas, Efrum Derz, Mora just cooking up in that midfield, having the bench to come in and still make some goals with Camberos. Like Ochoa too. Ochoa's rebirth. I think he's been putting on a good show in the back. It's going to be tough. I mean, I don't know much of the players from Argentina, but um, yeah, I don't know much. I can't say much about them, but I'm going to have to go with my Mexican boys. Let's go, Mexico.
Yeah, I think this is definitely at least the game of this knockout stage, the quarterfinals. This is the most maybe evenly balanced, highest stakes sort of a game, where it's not so clear. I think the USA Morocco one is also pretty tough, but this Mexico Argentina one I think is like the one that if you're gonna watch any game, you have to watch this one. You got to tune into this one. We got Argentina with a lot of players. They all have minutes in the first division. They even have a left back who already played in the Premier League, a striker who's at Bayer Leverkusen right now. So they're all proven. And we go over to the Mexico side. All of them except for Emmanuel Ochoa, the goalkeeper, have all already started or played in Liga MX already professionally. So they all have professional minutes under their belt. But I mean, that midfield for Mexico, it's just a beauty. It's a beauty. We have Obed Vargas, who's been playing already 100 plus games in the MLS. Lockdown Messi at the Leagues Cup. Next to him, you have Elias Montiel, somebody who's been playing for years already for Pachuca, who had a great Club World Cup, who actually scored against Real Madrid. And then you have Gilberto Mora. Gilberto Mora is our golden child. I have not been as excited for anybody um, at all, to be honest. Anybody this young, 16 years old, he's probably the youngest person in this whole competition, yet he's the best player in this competition. We have a generational talent on our hands, and we have to be able to really develop him in the best way. He has a great head on his shoulders. His dad was a professional soccer player. His dad knows exactly what he needs to do, and he doesn't really care about. Well, I hope he doesn't care about the stuff outside of the field, and he's just been doing really good. I think Tahiel Jimenez, our striker, I don't think that he's the best choice, but it is what it is. We don't have like an out and out striker that you could say is better than him. Virgen off the bench is good, but he hasn't really done much. Tahiel Jimenez already scored against Chile, scored a banger. Fimbres, really good. He doesn't get that much minutes because he's playing in Monterrey, and Monterrey just buys and buys and buys. And I hope he doesn't just get stuck there and stuck on the bench. And, maybe he should just come over to Chivas. Chivas knows how to actually mold young talent. But even the fullbacks, I mean, the wingbacks, Figueroa, I talked about him way back. I don't know, like right in the beginning of the Liga MX season. This guy, Alexei Dominguez Figueroa, is a crack. He's a crack. I love him. I left wingback. I feel like he's not that involved, but he has to be on the pitch, to be honest. And then on the other side, you have Chicha Sanchez. To be honest, in my opinion, I'd rather see Hugo Camberos, Yael Padilla, maybe on that side. But Chicha Sanchez has that dog in him where probably the coach sees that he wants somebody who could help more defensively versus players like Yael Padilla and Hugo Camberos, who probably won't track as much. And then you have the line in the back, the three in the back. We have Pachuca, who's already played a lot of minutes in not Pachuca, but in Puebla. Kind of weird of a last name, but then you have Del Villar, he's had a couple minutes in a couple starts, couple games with Toluca, not the most, but I think that center back, the center back, Diego Ochoa. Obviously, he's Chivas Cantera. We loaned him out to Juarez. He's getting a lot of minutes there. He already debuted for Chivas. He could play center defensive mid. He could play center back, both sides. He's tall. He's physical. His timing's great. He's like a Dean Hoyson type of guy. Obviously, not as good as Dean Hoyson, but I mean, who knows? He has a lot of people watching him. They're calling him the next Rafa Marquez. And then in the back, you have Emmanuel Ochoa, who isn't the most known. He hasn't played. He hasn't started for Cruz Azul yet, but his time will come. He's been having a good tournament, and I think this whole squad has a lot to offer. And if it was up to me, I would sell this whole squad to Europe to start developing them now. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see how these Mexican sports directors handle the business. But at the end of the day, we have Gilberto Mora, who is inspired, who is a crack, who's just levels above everybody else, who just elevates the level of everybody else. And then you have Obel Barcas and Montiel back there, the calm, the composed center mids who dictate the tempo of the game. And on both wings, you have crazy, crazy fast wingers who can shoot, who can dribble, and are just gonna get in your face and they'll know you. So, I mean, it might be wishful thinking, it might be biased thinking, but I have Mexico going through this game, 100%. I'm backing my boys, and I'm gonna believe in them till the day I die. That's just how it is.
Can we just talk about Gilberto Mora for a second? Because, like you said, he's probably one of the youngest players, if not the youngest player of the whole tournament. And he's the best player right now, you know? And I just see him play, and he plays with such maturity that, like, you know, that's something that you kind of build over time. Maybe when you're young, you want to really show off your flair. You want to take on everybody just to kind of get that spot, you know? But I see him play, and it's like, he doesn't do anything crazy. He's not going to do 10 step overs. He might hit you with the hezzy, make bait a defender. He draws in another defender. Then he lets go. You know, he finds a space between, gives the player enough space now. Like his timing is spot on, you know, and you can't just teach this, you know, like this is something that, you know, as a 16-year-old, it's something that you kind of hope to they just get over time. I just watch him play, and it's just his timing is perfect. He doesn't do anything crazy. He knows when to pass the ball, when to let go, when to hold it. One touch football, the assist he gave against Chile, overhead cross goes to him. He just touches it one time. Uh, Jimenez on is it Jimenez? Yeah,
Tajiel
Jimenez
Jimenez.
on a run and to get the goal one on one with the goalkeeper, you know. But it's just like off his first touch, just boom, perfect through ball. Besides that, another the other goal that I think it was Fimbres has scored. He draws in two defenders. You know, he holds it. He's not doing anything stupid. He's not going to lose the ball. He waits for the defender to get drawn into him. Now he passes to Fimbres, who has all the space, shoots it, goal. Like it's just he's maturing so fast, and it makes sense why all these you know, you're getting rumored links. You know, who knows how true they are, but you hear Real Madrid, Barca, Liverpool, they all want this player because he's something special at 16. You know, this is our Lamine Yamal, who, you know, he doesn't look to be the player that's going to be chasing the fame, the, you know, like you said, hopefully not, you know, but he's got a good shoulder on his head. And with the right guidance, he seems like a humble man who just plays a game, knows the game, who's going to do his part. And he's been doing his part. And he's been, you know, he took Mexico to where we're at right now. And if he keeps it up, I mean, who knows what the ceiling is for him? He's only 16 years old. Like the way he's playing, you know, he's looking like a 23, 24-year old who's already kind of settled in and looking comfortable and knows the game, you know, but that's 8 years ahead, you know, and he's only 16, you know, he is a little small. So I think, you know, you put him in the Premier League, what's a very physical league, it's going to be tough for him. Um, so if he gets a little bit of size on him, keeps that ball knowledge, keeps just doing what he's doing, uh, I'm excited where it's going to go. So I really hope this tournament, does something for him, and I really hope we beat Argentina. That way, it doesn't just look bad to Mexico that they got knocked out in quarterfinals, even though they're probably like one of the better teams. But you know, this is his time to shine, and I hope he steps up to the plate and it takes us all the way. What a showing would it be for 6 year olds take Mexico to the World Cup final and win it. That's definitely gonna get eyes on everybody for him. And yeah, we need more players in Europe, man. So I hope this whole team shows up. So that way, boom, get them players in Europe. Start making the Mexico squad better. Because Liga MX can be a little toxic for some of these players. So let's just hope we beat Argentina, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I mean, Gilberto Mora has been, he's a generational talent. It's crazy what he's doing. Goal assist against Brazil, almost got a second assist, but the second goal that we scored kind of comes off the post. He puts it across, it comes off the post, and someone gets a tap in. So technically, it would have been his assist, right? If it had initially gone in.
Mm-hmm.
Then against Spain, he gets the 2 goals that we score. Morocco, he scores the only goal of the game. And then Chile, he gets an assist. He's been getting numbers every single game. The stats don't lie. His ratings, I guess, if you could call it like that. Every game he's been player of the game in every game of the group stage. And Chile, I mean, he had an amazing game, but they gave it to Camberos because of his brace. But overall, this guy, he's the youngest player probably the whole tournament, yet he's playing better than everybody. It's crazy. And we'll just have to see how he develops. I would like to see him in La Liga. I think his features suit the La Liga a little bit better. But I mean, we'll see. He's a generational talent who has time on his hands to figure out what's the best option for him. And I'm just happy to be on the ride. When are we ever going to see something like this? This is like a Pelé situation where you have a kid who's he's going to turn 17 on I think Tuesday, so on the 14th of October, he's turning 17. He's going to go into that World Cup 17 years old, just like Pelé did. Hopefully he gets called up because of the World Cup. And then imagine what could happen from there. I mean, by the second World Cup, if Mexico qualifies, he'll be 21, and then after that 25, and then after that 29. That's 4 World Cups, and he's not even 30. I mean, this is somebody who could end up being, have 6 World Cups and be the best player in the world. But we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, to be honest. But at the moment, he's our best player, at least in this tournament. And I think that he's going to do well against Argentina. And Viva Mexico, cabrones.
Yes, sir. So that's the World Cup. I think we've pretty much set our predictions for that. But yeah, let's. I think we'll do another recap once semis get going or after these quarterfinals. But besides that, let us know what you guys think, who you guys are supporting, who's really caught your interest, what players you think are going to really shine out of this tournament. Maybe some players we didn't keep an eye on. But yeah, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Make sure you like and follow. That way you can stay up to date with our newest episodes. But yeah, that has been the Linka with Efrum Derz, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.